We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Erik Ezukanma, Miami Dolphins, and I believe he should be the wide receiver 3 for the team. Now, the reason I believe that is because he has so much potential. He brings the most explosive potential to this offense to be that big slot wide receiver. I think he can easily replace what Gesicki and Sherfield brought to this team. As that number 3 down in the slot, he can win in contested situations like Gesicki could. He can be the tough guy working over the middle field like Sherfield. He can even block a little bit for this team. But what really sets him apart is his elite yard after catch ability. I think you have Waddle and Hill, those guys on the outside creating so much space. They're attacking vertically. He can even do, come and replace them, do, those two-man route combos down the field. But with Ezukanma on the field, he has so much ability to create these big time plays. Like, he's such a tough tackle. Waddle, Hill, so explosive, but he has that physicality, that play strength to just bully defenders. And a lot of times teams go pretty quick. They're like on the lighter side in their secondary to match the speed and explosiveness of Hill and Waddle. And his Ezukanma can really just make those guys pay. He's super difficult to tackle. He has the explosiveness to make them miss as well, but he just runs through these tackles like they're nothing. It's a really special thing to watch. Like, his yak ability was insane. Like, now can he master the playbook? Do I think he will be the wide receiver 3 right away for the Miami Dolphins offense? I'm not sure. I'll break down this play a little bit. This is pretty solid work here. This is definitely something he will be doing in this Miami Dolphins offense, and it's nice to see just the initial part of the play. We'll watch this full speed here too for once, but it shows off a lot of nice things to like about him. Like, I would say the releases are pretty important in this offense. They don't allow too much creativity. McDaniel likes, like 1, 2, maybe 3 releases at max allowed to be used, but he just goes quick split release. You take that one step, you jab to the outside or to the inside, and then you get into your route, and he does a great job winning to the inside here, and he does a great job now selling vertically. In this offense, you got to be able to sell vertically and then sink those hips out of nowhere, bring those hips straight to your chest, or your knees straight to your chest, get out of your break, work back towards the ball. Once he recognizes the quarterback's breaking the pocket, so he ran a good route. Everything initially here is good, and he just sticks with it. Scramble drill, great feel for space, catches it into the chest here, and now he knows he has great anticipation, feel for where the defenders are to slip out of this. Like, most receivers are just getting tackled here, like guys straight on his back right behind him, and he just slips right off of it, allows him to pick up a few extra yards. He's really slippery in those areas, even in the tightest of areas. And now imagine him with more space over the middle of the field where you have Hill and Waddle pushing vertically. Like, he's going to be a huge weapon. Just got to really, if he learns that playbook, which, if I've heard things out of camp, is that he is looking much better. Even the coach is hyping him up. So it's going to be really nice to see him get his shot. We got the slot fade. This is where he can work vertically. Like, in this offense, you're going to see, like, this was probably where they brought in someone like Chosen. He can be that vertical threat. He can come in, do exactly what you need to replace Hill and Waddle in the offense. But Ezukanma can also work vertically down the field. He's great in that area, actually. He's very comfortable winning the contested situations. This is an awesome play. Like, just watch this from start to finish. Like, good job, working pace here. He does a great job of not, just running straight out. He actually tries to give the corner something, and this guy has outside leverage here. Gives that stick to the inside, which then allows him to get to the outside space. So he's showing off some solid release packages, some solid route running, which is important, I think, for a guy of his size. And this ball is slightly underthrown. He has to turn back into it. He catches it with one hand, going back through the corner, and he still stays on his feet. Like, this is how insane his body control amounts are here. He catches this, and he's still able to stay on his feet while he's falling over. The body control, get that hand down. If this safety doesn't get to him, he probably goes, gets this for a touchdown. It's an absolutely insane catch. The body control, the core strength. Really nice to see that he can bring this element to the offense too, because you have that with like Chosen, who can be your vertical threat. Barrios going to be more of like a possession receiver, working in the middle of the field, quick slot type of guy. I think Ezukanma can do a mix of all those things while also bringing that yards after catch ability. Especially, I didn't get to see a ton of it because this is all preseason film, and like, he barely got to play during the season, only like 10 snaps. So you don't really get to see it this year, but like, if you watch him in college, it's ridiculous what he was able to do. We got him running the 7, just first cover 2. This is definitely a cover 2 beater, just getting to your spot. Nothing too crazy. He takes a pretty good angle here just to, get to his spot behind the, the flat defender right here, the deep half defender. He takes a great angle to work away from him. If he, takes like a 45, the safety has a chance. He flattens it just enough so this DB can't get there. He catches it, the ball's thrown like on his back shoulder. He could probably do a better job of catching with his hands. He can be a body catcher at times. But like, look at the body control here, like in the air. He gets his foot down. He's taking a hit from the safety, still gets the other foot down. So he has some good situational awareness. And like, this type of thing goes underrated. Look how he takes the hit. He absorbs it. Obviously, it doesn't matter on this specific play because he just goes out of bounds, taking that hit. But it just shows what he could be able to do in a different situation. Taking a hit, working in the middle of the field, and still being able to absorb it like it's nothing. Stay on his feet. His core strength is ridiculous. Now imagine that, bouncing off a guy in the middle of the field and then keep going out to the catch. Like, those are the types of things that translate. It's very nice to see. It's a very underrated thing that you can learn on those types of plays. Another reason I trust him working down in the slot, I think it's a big slot. That's where he's going to fit in this offense. He has a good feel, finding those soft spots in the zone. He's attacking the seam and versus the cover 3 right here. He understands once he works past this like first level right here, he starts to turn his head around. He sees this open area. He knows it's going to be there. He starts to slow it down so he doesn't go too far out into the safety, into the corner. And this ball is getting thrown over the top of the linebacker, and he has the size to go up, attack the ball at its highest point, great tracking ability. And then, since he has to like slow down, but it's still even, look how hard it is to tackle him. It takes 4 guys to even get a chance on him. Now imagine this, he's able to like catch this in stride. Like, obviously he has to be thrown up, so he has to go up, get it, turn around, slow down, has no momentum. But like, imagine his yak ability when he gets put in more advantageous situations for the yards after catch. Oof, it's going to be a huge weapon for the offense. Now we get to see him beating some press. Really like this work here, attacking hard to the outside of that outside release, winning, just dictating the route here. This is a 3rd and 13, and they throw him the slant like in the preseason game. Like, he was just dominating in a couple of these games, the Buccaneers games, the Raiders game. Just hard attack, outside leverage, sell this, stick that foot in the ground, get back to the inside. I think he improved his release and route running from college because it wasn't as good as he was in the preseason, and it looks like he's even getting better this season. Just create that natural separation. He's able to catch the ball in stride with the defender all over his back, carry him for as long as he can, still getting hit while carrying that guy. He just picks up those hidden yardages play after play, and we haven't even seen him at his full potential with the yak yet in the NFL. Great to see him running a slant over the middle of the field. Looks like he's going to face press. He avoids the the reroute from the cover 2, the flat corner right there. Now he gets over the middle of the field, breaks the tackle off of 2 guys, work up field. Like, just imagine it with more space here. Like, this is versus 3 guys. He still makes 2 people miss. Imagine this with Hill and Waddle on the field. Like, look how these defenders are playing this. But think about how it was during the season. When Hill and Waddle were on the field, these defenders were like the, hook curl defenders were getting so much more depth down the field. So this stuff would be open more often, like with Hill and Waddle on the field, but he still makes those guys miss, and like, there's just 5 guys around him, so they end up getting the tackle. Like, all those defenders are there, but there's going to be more space created with more opportunities if he keeps making those initial defenders miss. Once he actually gets more opportunities, which he only got a handful in the preseason, especially because he's not getting like the greatest routes for yak opportunity. So, like, getting him some design touches will be really fun to see this next season. In the preseason, he actually got used a lot like this, where they brought him down and basically made him like an off-ball tight end, where he would work in between the tight end and the tackle. And he got to do this a few times, and he's just blocking like safeties, linebackers, and he showed good ability in those areas. He's a very willing blocker. I wouldn't say he's elite, but I think he has potential to like become a really top-tier blocker. He can do exactly what they did with Sherfield last season. He probably is a better blocker than what Gesicki's going to give you. Squaring up this safety, really good job. He has the power, the play strength to then, once he gets control, hands it in the chest, he just drives, brings that guy to the ground. So that's another element out of the offense that's probably going to be overlooked, but he can come down, help in the box, replace that production. Like, the other receivers are not going to be great blockers. Cedric Wilson, Robbie Chosen, Braxton Berrios, River Craycraft, not all the biggest blocker types. Even Hill and Waddle, like, Ezukanma is probably the best blocking wide receiver on the team, which I also think gives him a chance to get playing time quicker. So hopefully that helps his chance to get on the field. Last play that I'm going to break down for Eazy-E, working over the middle, he's not afraid to work the middle, which is nice to see. Here he's lined up on the outside, but you got to be able to do this, especially at the next level, especially if he's going to be like a big slot receiver. You got to be willing to take those hits. He's clearly willing to. Nothing too crazy in the route stem. You know, the guy has outside leverage. It's man-to-man coverage, so he just takes, you know, the easy win to the inside, and then once he catches it, he slows down. He's prepared for this hit. And even though this guy has an absolutely clean hit on him just to destroy him, he's still able to absorb it and still even like slides off of it a little bit. Like if other guys didn't come to help, he might have even broke that tackle, which is absolutely insane. Like he's such a difficult player to bring down. Why I love his fit in the McDaniel offense. So hopefully they really give him a chance to shine this next season. I think they want him to be that guy for this team. Now, will they give him, like, I know Welker, like, last season when he was talking about him, was saying, like, he just wasn't ready for the offense. But just hearing, like, how he's been talked about this offseason, it feels a little bit different. They feel like they trust him a little bit more. We've seen McDaniel working with him. So they clearly are like what he can bring to this team. And that I feel like the yards after catchability was lacking from this offense this past season under McDaniel, and it was something you expected to be really important. But they attacked vertically a lot, and I think with Hill and Waddle, they're going to still attack a lot of vertically. I think you might see them change things up a little bit this season and try to, you know, get more yards after catch opportunity underneath to players like Ezukanma, which that's exactly what he was brought to this team to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.